He's going to be considering accident, accidental, ways in which the scriptures differentiate between accidental and intentional occurrences.
I have a habit of flipping remotes in the air and catching them. And a couple of weeks ago, while my mom was on the phone, I started flipping the remote and I dropped it and it made this really loud noise. So my mom gave me the look. Moments later, I start doing it again and I drop it again. So when she got off the phone, she tells me, the first time it was an accident and the second time it was a choice. Well, what is an accident? It is defined as an unplanned event that results in damage or injury. Why don't we notice what King Solomon said about accidents in Ecclesiastes 9:11? That's Ecclesiastes 9:11, and that says, I have seen something further under the sun, that the swift do not always win the race, nor do the mighty win the battle, nor do the wise always have the food, nor do the intelligent always have the riches, nor do those with knowledge always have success. Why? It explains here. Because time and unexpected events overtake them all. Well, unfortunately, some accidents are sins. Let's read about how Jehovah feels about these accidents in Leviticus 5:17. That's Leviticus 5:17, and that says, if someone sins by doing any of the things that Jehovah commands should not be done, even if he is not aware of it, he is still guilty and will answer for his error. Does this mean that you should have to pay the same penalty as someone who did it on purpose? Well, let's find out by reading Numbers 35, 22, 23, and 25. That's Numbers 35, 22, 23, and 25. And that says, but if it was unexpectedly, not out of hatred that he pushed him, or threw any article at him, without malicious intent, or if he did not see him and caused a stone to fall on him, and he was not an enemy or seeking his injury, and the person died, the assembly should then save the manslayer from the hand of the avenger of blood, and return him to a city of refuge to which he had fled. And he must dwell in it until the death of the high priest who was anointed with the holy oil. So we can see that Jehovah understands when it's an accident. He mercifully lightens the punishment. But what if it's intentional? First, let's define intentional. Intentional is defined as done in a way that is planned. So now let's go to Numbers 15, 30, and 31. That's Numbers 15, 30, and 31. And that says, but the person who does something deliberately, whether he is native born or a foreign resident, is blaspheming Jehovah and must be cut off from among his people, because he has despised Jehovah's word and broken his commandment. That person should be cut off without fail. His own error is upon him. From these scriptures, we see that Jehovah sees the difference between something done on accident versus something done intentionally. So, what lesson did I learn from my mom? 1, don't flip the remote while my mom's on the phone. And 2, doing something once is an accident, But doing something again, knowing the outcome, that's intentional and brings consequences.
Thank you so much for that. We certainly enjoyed it, and I think we all learned the lesson about the remote for sure. It was well done. You had excellent audience contact. It's very important to watch the audience and be focused, not specifically on one person, but to look to different ones. I have to apologize. That fan, I think, was blowing your Bible pages and your talk around and interfering, I think, with the microphone a little bit. But you just managed to continue right on through that without showing it being distracted. So when we think about the effort that you made there, it was very natural and friendly, and so sometimes a little bit of humor keeps an audience's attention, and it's easier to get a point across if we're careful how we do it, and I think you were. So when we're accomplishing discussion of serious nature, we can always bring it over into an area where people can easily understand and be upbuilt and at the same time enjoy what they're hearing, and we certainly all did. So thank you very much for that. We really enjoyed it and look forward to your talks in the future.